Hi there, welcome to Cooking for Cancer and Chronic Disease. My name is Angela Zaccanini. I'm a registered dietitian at UPMC Hillman Cancer Center, and I have with me Julia.
Hi, I'm Julia. I'm also a registered dietitian at Hillman Cancer Center.
And today we bring you a no-bake Greek yogurt fruit tart. And this recipe comes from sallysbakingaddiction.com.
I've used her recipes before. They're
Have you?
actually good, yeah.
Okay, good to know. So this is going to be a quick, obviously in the title, no-bake recipe, but there is some prep work that goes into it.
I would say pretty minimal beginner kind of recipe, so definitely something that anyone could do.
Excellent. Okay, so what we did to prep first is I already pre-cut the vegetables, which you might want to do at home when you have some downtime, because I think that does take the most time.
Would
you agree?
Yeah, I would definitely agree.
Yeah, so if you already have pre-cut fruit, or
I was thinking if it's not, fruit season, if there's nothing kind of readily available, canned fruit would be totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
I would think even like defrosted frozen fruit would probably work in a pinch too. So really whatever you have available.
yes. And now that it's September, we have, a month left of farmers markets.
Right.
So get in there and get what you can get, or again, whatever you have at home, like Julia said, fresh, frozen, canned, all could be utilized within this recipe, and you can use whatever fruits you have available. So we're using strawberry, kiwi, blueberry, and raspberries today, but again, use whatever you feel you would want.
For sure. Anything would be good. I mean, think we're going into like apple season.
Right.
That would be totally, that would be good.
Yeah.
Pears maybe would be good. Anything that you would pair maybe with like a yogurt parfait would kind of go with this because it's that same kind of vibe.
Love it. Okay. So another prep we did was soak the dates. So dates are going to be part of this crust that we're going to make, along with these nuts here. So we're going to be utilizing almonds and cashews. We do have to use a food processor for this, so that is one of the tools that you would need.
Right.
If you don't have a food processor, I'm assuming a blender.
Definitely. I would think a blender could definitely do what we're doing in the food processor.
Yeah.
We just kind of want to break up the nuts, break down the dates. If you've never had dates, they can be a little bit sticky.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the food processor is helpful, to kind of use the dates as a binder for the crust.
Yep.
But yeah, so we kind of already started that a little
Yes.
bit. We blended some just because we have a small food processor, but we'll do the second half and kind of show you how it looks as we're blending.
Right. And finally, just the last prep work we did was we used a non-stick cooking spray. We had an olive oil cooking spray. We sprayed the bottom of this little pie pan, and then Julia cut out a circle of parchment paper to then fit right in there, so you don't have the parchment paper sticking to the pie dish, and you don't then have
the pie sticking to the pie dish, which is on parchment paper.
So just a double whammy there.
Right, because like I said, the dates can be sticky, so we don't want to make the whole pie and then have it be, stuck to the pan and we can't get it out. So that's why the parchment is helpful.
Exactly. Okay, so first steps, we are going to use 3/4 of a cup of the almonds, 3/4 of a cup of the cashews, and 15 pitted dates that were already soaked for about 10 minutes in warm water.
Right, and that's just to help soften them up because they're dried, so they can be a little bit tough, but the water just kind of helps soften them. So we're just going to put those right into the food processor along with the rest of our cashews and almonds. And we're just going to pulse that up for a second. If I can, there we go. Okay, I'm just going to scrape down the sides a little bit just to kind of help things move along a little bit. But you can already see it's getting kind of sticky and kind of like forming almost like a dough texture. So we're just going to blend that one more time. It doesn't want to move anymore. Okay, I feel like that's probably a good sign that it's sticky enough and ready to go into the bowl.
And this was already pre-mixed.
So we're just going to dump that and combine these two batches. And then we're just gonna, I'm pretty sure the next step is just to put this into the pie pan. So we're gonna kind of mold it in there into the crust. Okay, so I'm just gonna dump the whole thing right in here.
And I think this is a time where using your hands is a good way, and obviously wash your hands before doing this because, again, this is a no-bake. So we want to practice food safety always.
For sure, so clean hands.
Clean hands or gloves or whatever you have to be able to use. But so I would just kind of press down, and it is definitely sticky and firm, which is nice because for a crust, you want it to have a little bit of textured, you know, like firmness, I would say.
For sure, yeah, to like hold everything in there. You don't want it to kind of crumble when you cut a slice or, you know, on your plate. And I have seen some people aren't a big fan of using their hands. You can use like the measuring cup, like a dry measuring cup, to push it into the pan and kind of mold it up the side. So that can be an option if you don't want to get your hands dirty.
How's that look? You want to finish it off?
Yeah, I'll kind of try and get it up the sides a little bit, but I think it looks great. And this crust, it's very nutrient dense. We got lots of fiber, we got some protein from the nuts. The dates are super sweet. If you've never tried them before, they're super sweet, but packed with fiber. So that's gonna add some more nutrient density to the crust. And then the filling, you know, it's gonna be made up of yogurt, which of course has lots of protein in there. So we're getting the protein from the nuts in the crust, we're getting the protein from the yogurt that we're gonna put in the crust. So it's, again, a pretty nutrient-dense snack or dessert or breakfast even. You can kind of fit it in wherever you want.
Right.
We do have the nutrition facts, which we will go over. I'm going to wash my hands really quick.
Yeah, so I'll quickly talk about that. So this is just a rough estimate. The recipe we have actually didn't come with the nutrition facts, so we did a quick kind of search based on the ingredients. So out of this could cut into 8 to 10 servings. So based on 8 servings, it would be about 308 calories, 9 grams of protein, 5 grams of fiber, 45 grams of carbohydrates, and 13 grams of fat. So it is calorically dense. It is moderately high in protein. Fiber is extremely high. And the carbohydrates are high, but because they are fruit, dates.
Right, there's really no added sugars. Right, it's really all natural sugars that occur in things like the dates and the fruit. So, you know, it's not like we're adding in, you know, a cup of sugar to the recipe. But I was thinking, you know, if you are someone who likes something more sweet, we're not really adding any sweetener to the yogurt, but you could use a flavored yogurt that already is sweet. You could add some honey to that to sweeten it up, just to kind of make it how you like it.
Yes. So going on that topic, the recipe calls for 1 cup of Greek yogurt. So we're kind of just going to eyeball this. But we are using a Greek yogurt plain, 3.5% milk fat, so full fat. And again, like Julia said, you can get a flavored. If you want this to be a vegan recipe, there's so many different plant-based yogurt options now. Coconut yogurt would be a good option.
Right, an almond milk yogurt, soy yogurt, all these would be great options. The soy yogurt's gonna have some great protein. I mean, they're all gonna have some protein in there, but soy is great for protein. Same thing with, you know, the almond milk yogurts, you know, those are all gonna be nutrient dense as well.
Yeah, and I think, like you said, Julia, it's going to be sweetened by all of the ingredients in here, but if you want something sweeter, or if you feel like it's not sweet enough, you can definitely use a flavored, or even add like vanilla extract or honey or maple syrup to it that way. Now, we were also talking about the fact that it is moderate in protein. What would be a good suggestion to make this a higher protein product?
Right. I was thinking maybe even adding like a scoop of vanilla protein powder. That way, again, we're upping the protein content, but also adding some sweetness, the vanilla flavor. It would taste really good in this with the fruit, with the crust. So that can be a really great option. I was also thinking like powdered milk. A lot of people use that for extra protein, and I think that would mix well into the yogurt. And again, it's a great source of protein.
Yep. Now the fun part, which again, this took less than 10 minutes, is decorating your tart.
Right.
So again, we have strawberries, kiwis. I have some blueberries and raspberries here. So You can start doing that. And what I'm going to do, which is the final step to this, which is optional, is to utilize 2 tablespoons of apricot preserves with 1 tablespoon of water, mix it up and brush it on. So again, that's giving you another sweetness.
For sure.
It's giving you almost like this fruit glaze on top.
Makes it look pretty and shiny.
Yep. So I'll do that while you're working on the toppings.
Perfect. And this is a fun time to be creative, make things look pretty. So
this would be a fun, I guess,
kid-friendly recipe.
I was just going to say fun to do with your kids that's
Yeah.
not too messy.
Right.
And they can get really involved.
For sure. And it's healthy for them.
Yeah.
Good way to get in some protein and some extra fruit.
Looks pretty, Julia.
Okay. Do we have those berries?
Yeah, sorry, right
behind
here.
us.
What other fruit would you use, Julia, if you had the choice?
I definitely like the raspberries and the blueberries. I think something like, I definitely am a berry person, so doing like some blackberries with it. I know my mom used to make a tart like this for the 4th of July, and she'd do strawberries and blueberries and kind of do like a red, white, and blue theme, which was fun.
Yes.
But yeah, I really like the idea of the berries. I'm trying to think, I feel like, honestly, a banana would be good on here because I love banana with my yogurt, so I feel like
That's
that just
true.
kind of makes sense as a combo for myself. But like we said, the seasons are changing. It's kind of coming to that fall season where apples, pears, those fall fruits would be really great on this too.
This is beautiful.
I know, I'm so excited to try it.
Can we get a zoom view of this?
Yeah, we say we eat with our eyes, and I think that's definitely true with something like this. If we're trying to get in some extra fiber, get in some more fruit, this is a great way to do it.
Beautiful. I love it. And then this apricot preserves water mixture, we don't have a brush.
We're just
So
going
we're
to
just
do
going
a
to kind
drizzle.
of drizzle it on.
And it does
Sweeten it
add
up.
it adds a nice shine to it. Definitely adds some more sweetness. But again, if you're using nice, ripe, in-season fruit, it's not even like you need the extra
This
sweetness.
is definitely optional, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Wow, that does look so pretty.
It's so pretty. And we have just a spatula here, so I'm hoping this will be good enough.
Yeah,
Should
I
we
think
take it out of here? Kind of flatten it out or no?
I guess that's a good question.
You could do, I guess, either or, but let's just cut
Okay.
while it's in here because I don't want to mess anything up.
right.
So I would just cut it kind of like a pie.
Yeah.
And again, hopefully
Let's see if it comes out of here.
this is not
The first
ideal
slice is always the hardest, so.
for my giant spatula.
Okay, that wasn't too bad.
And I missed part of the crust, so we need the crust.
Yeah, we do. That's going to be the best part.
Yeah. And dates are used in a lot of desserts actually as
Yeah.
a sweetener.
Yeah, they're so sweet.
Yeah.
They kind of almost taste like caramelly if you've never tried them before. Like, yeah, they have kind of like a deep sweetness, I guess I would say.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. I'm excited.
Bon appetit.
Go blueberry.
I'm like, I need some kiwi.
You would never know that there's not like a sweetener in here.
Oh my gosh.
It's really, really good. I knew it was going to be good, but I'm honestly impressed with how sweet it is. You would never know that this is kind of like a more health-forward, high-protein recipe.
Nutrient dense for sure. And oh my gosh, that crust.
It's great. The texture is perfect.
Yeah. And keep in mind, it is going to crumble once you
Right.
get in there, but like, I think it firmed up pretty well. Like, you actually see some
Definitely.
good texture right there.
Yeah, and if you have like a smaller pie pan where you can make the crust a little bit thicker, it would probably stay together a little bit better. Or what if you did like individual pies? That can work too.
Yeah.
Like if you have those
Oh.
like mini pie pans,
That's a cute idea. I like
Right.
that.
that can be like a single serving option.
Well, this was so good.
Yeah, definitely. I highly recommend.
Yep.
This would be a great dessert, breakfast, any time of day snack.
Mm-hmm.
And again, nice and high in protein.
And we're going to add the recipe link into the description so you can go straight there if you're interested in this. And again, utilize it how you wish. Use what you want and enjoy.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Thank you. See you next time.